Can you feel the excitement in the air, Canucks fans? The team just made a bold move that could change the trajectory of our season. After a season of uncertainty and injuries, the Vancouver Canucks have secured a crucial piece for the future with a long-term deal that promises stability in net. This player has proven himself under immense pressure, and the stakes have never been higher. What does this mean for our roster and playoff hopes? Stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe and like to keep up with all the latest Canucks news. The Vancouver Canucks have just made a bold move by re-signing Kevin Lankinen to a 5-year deal worth $4.5 million per year. This is a significant commitment to a goaltender who, let's be honest, has only logged 146 games in the NHL and is 29 years old. But here's the thing. Lankinen has proven that he can handle the heavy workload. And this season, he has stepped up in a big way, especially with Thatcher Demko sidelined due to injuries. Lankinen'S journey has been anything but straightforward. After spending 2 seasons as a backup in Nashville, he took a gamble on himself, entering free agency to prove he could be a starter. Initially, it looked like that gamble had backfired, when he signed a low-risk 1-year contract with the Canucks for $875,000. But Lankinen had a plan, and it seems to be paying off. With Demko's injury woes, Lankinen seized the opportunity and took the reins, starting 32 of the Canucks' 55 games thus far. Now, his .905 save percentage may not be eye-popping, but it's still above the league average. And when you look closer, Lankinen has delivered in crucial moments, showing that he can be the steady presence the Canucks desperately needed. In fact, he's been so reliable that he's saved the Canucks season in many ways. This new contract comes with some interesting terms, including full no-move protection for the first 2 years, and a modified no-trade clause for the remaining 3. The structure of the deal is thoughtful too. With a signing bonus of $2.5 million in the first year and $2 million in the last 3 years. Lankinen'S contract is designed with a potential lockout in mind, given the current CBA expires in 2026. That's a significant concession by Lankinen and his team, likely made to secure that no-movement clause or a higher cap hit. So why did the Canucks commit long-term to Lankinen? Some might say it's an overpay, especially when projections pegged him closer to $3 million on a 2-year deal. But when you compare his cap hit to other goaltenders like Logan Thompson and Joey Daccord, who are making more for similar terms, it starts to make more sense. Lankinen is low maintenance, well-liked in the locker room, and trusted on the ice. That trust is crucial for a team that has been searching for stability in net. With Demko's ongoing injury issues, he's missed significant time over the last few seasons. Having a reliable backup like Lankinen becomes essential. It's worth noting that Demko has the potential to be a Vezina-caliber goaltender when healthy. However, his injury history raises questions about his future in Vancouver. If he can't stay on the ice, the Canucks may need to consider moving on, especially with Lankinen now in the fold. Paying $9.5 million for a goaltending tandem of Demko and Lankinen isn't unreasonable, particularly when you see what other teams are doing. But here's where it gets tricky. If Demko wants to be paid like other elite goaltenders, will the Canucks be able to keep both? Balancing the potential of Demko with his injury woes will be a delicate dance for management. If it means letting Demko walk in favor of Lankinen, could that be the right play? Honestly, I'm torn on this decision. Lankinen has certainly earned his place and deserves the chance to prove himself as a starting goaltender. But will he be able to consistently fill the void if Demko's injuries linger? The Canucks are back in the spotlight, and with the trade deadline approaching, the chatter around players like Elias Pettersson and Brock Boeser is heating up. It's a crucial moment for the team, and as a passionate fan, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and concern. Let's dive into what's happening. Elias Pettersson's performance has been under intense scrutiny lately. Recent discussions in the media have not been kind. On Sportsnet 360, Bro expressed a harsh take, saying Pettersson didn't even belong on the ice during the tournament. That's a heavy statement from someone who follows the game closely, and if we're being honest, it's hard to argue with the sentiment. Pettersson has struggled to find his footing, and it's becoming increasingly evident that something is off. TSN's Jeff O'Neill mentioned he was a ghost on the ice, and it's frustrating to see a player with so much talent look so out of place. You know, when I watch Pettersson, I can't help but think about the potential he showed when he first entered the league. Fans were buzzing with excitement, dreaming of a future with a cup contender. But now, there's a growing uncertainty. Pettersson seems to be in a bit of a no-man's land, and that's not where we want our star player. With JT Miller now, part of the New York Rangers, it's clear that the dynamics of this team have shifted. The question is, can Pettersson rebound? Can he rediscover that scoring touch that made him a household name? The trade rumors swirling around him add another layer of complexity. Frank Saravalli pointed out that Pettersson's recent tournament performance may have significantly damaged his trade value. Sub 10 minutes in his last game and minimal impact? That's not the headline we wanted. It makes me wonder if the rest of the league is starting to see him as a project rather than a sure thing. And let's be real, with that $11.6 million price, tag teams are looking for elite production, not just solid defense. Then there's Brock Boeser, who seems to be navigating a different but equally challenging path. The Canucks need consistency from him, especially with the specter of the trade deadline looming. Fans are eager to see if Boeser can step up and be that reliable scoring option we've all been counting on. The pressure is mounting, and it's up to him to rise to the occasion. Now, looking at the Canucks' strategy moving forward, I have to ask, are they making the right moves? The whispers around trading away key players are concerning. I get that the team is in a transition phase, but do we really want to let go of our core? It's a delicate balance between rebuilding and making a playoff push. Honestly, I'm torn on this. I see the potential in our young stars, and part of me believes in giving them the time to grow together. But at the same time, you can't ignore the need for immediate results. And speaking of immediate results, let's not forget about Miller. His recent comments about receiving support from Donald Trump have stirred the pot. It's created a mixed bag of feelings among fans. Some see it as a distraction, while others appreciate the recognition. It's fascinating how a player's off-ice actions can influence their standing with the fan base. The bottom line is that Miller is still a talented player, and we'll need him to step up if we want to remain competitive. As we look ahead, the decisions made in the coming weeks will shape the future of this franchise. Can the Canucks find a way to re-establish themselves as contenders? Will Pettersson bounce back? Or will we see him traded away as teams look for fresh talent? These are the questions that keep me up at night, and I know I'm not alone in wondering what's next. So, what do you think? Are the Canucks on the right path, or are we heading for another tumultuous season? I want to hear your opinions down below. Don't forget to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. If you enjoyed this discussion, like and share this video, and subscribe to the channel for more insights into our beloved Vancouver Canucks. Let's keep this conversation going.